selling, resting in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, there's no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you.
Well, that's what.
She's got new context for me. Oh yeah, that was on my list today.
Add it to it, you know. Welcome into our daily show, North Alton Godfrey Business Council Spotlight. One of my favorite times of the month, and it's right and early every month, the first Tuesday of it, and we get to talk to some great business owners and travel leaders. Judy Rynders is none different. You've always been a part of the council and always are at the lunch meetings, and it's really cool to see you each and every month. And, you know, right now you're moving into the wedge. It's an exciting time for you as well.
Yes. We're making a transition. I know it's a little disturbing for some of our customers trying to find us anytime you make a move. But we had moved into our Godfrey location right after COVID, so like January of 21. And now our lease is up, and we had to make some decisions of what to do. And so now it's going to be sort of a co-working situation at the Wedge, which is located at 620 East Broadway in Alton. So it's a little challenging to find the front door. They're still working on resolving some of that. But if you park right on Broadway, there's a center door that you can get into the building and come into the second floor, and you'll find us. But it's important to call, which is a little different. It's not just walk in like we had before. You need to call and make sure that I'm there and set up an appointment.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it makes sense. And, you know, with the change, there's always some of the fun that comes with that. But, you know, what never changes is the fact that, you know, your services stay the same and your attention to detail, too. Right.
So you'll see that a lot of the travel agencies are not so much of a storefront anymore. And part of that is because of the cost of rent. And it's just not a business that has a high profit margin. But it's also a job that I work 24/7. I just had a situation on Friday night, Halloween night. I get a call at 8:30. They discovered their flights have been canceled. So I had to resolve something at that time of night. So you never know. You have to be available at whatever time that they need to have you. And so that's not a structured 9-to-5 storefront presence. But with this one, at least we can still meet with our customers. I felt that was important because a lot of the people in this area still like to come in and discuss things. They like to have books and, just feel more comfortable with that. And so that's what we're making available. We have conference rooms at the Wedge, so I can schedule that and meet with somebody on a one-on-one. Or if they just want to pick up documents or a travel book, they can call me and we can do that. So not a lot to change, just remembering to call first so I know where I'm at because I won't be there every day.
And can you give that phone number out one more time?
It is 618-717-8085. And I apologize. Yesterday was my first day down there, and we discovered that my floating phone, was just putting everybody in a call queue. So I'm still working on that situation. And my cell number, which I'm also recommending to try, is 618-709-6109. And that's always available too.
Well, and it's really important to get that information out, especially during the transition. And we'll make sure that we get all of that linked up and right up on RiverBender.com. And, we were just talking, though, before, and I'm going to give you a call here in the next couple of days because, it's time to plan the honeymoon and start looking at those options for, next year after the wedding. And what I think is so important is you take the stress out of all of the travel and you let travel be what it's supposed to. And that's fun and enjoyable. And it's really important when people are thinking about vacations, there are those online, I call them gimmicks because that's what they are. You can put your dates in and see what works best, but you aren't going to get the full package. You don't have the support, and your support is yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And as we were talking previously, the hurricane situation, I had a couple that we've been planning their honeymoon for a year. Lots and lots of hours went into this, and then the hurricane for Jamaica. Wow. And they were supposed to leave Monday, and so we had to scramble at the last minute to make something of it. And then the unfortunate part for a travel agent is you've put all of this work into it. Now you have a canceled trip, and there is no commission to them. And so that is a financial struggle for agents to know to how to navigate all of that.
That's important. I've never even thought of it that way, but you're 100% right. And, on the flip side of that, it's great because you got them taken care of. But on the other side of that, it's still, you got to keep the lights on too.
Yeah, exactly. So those are just different things. And just to note for Jamaica, the words that are coming out, because people are probably curious what the status is. They are saying that they hope to be open for business starting December 15th. I do know there are some hotels that are not going to be ready for that opening date, but try to support them as much as you can because those people depend on tourism, and this is going to be so hard for them.
And that's a really good point as well, and especially when that reopening process begins and as folks plan their next couple of years. And, right now, just as I'm on the topic, what are you seeing more of in terms of, trends just in our own backyard if we're, people are wanting to go?
We take advantage of the charters that go out of here, which are to Cancun and the Dominican. Mm-hmm. So that's where a good part of our families go to, that book through me anyway. And then the cruise market has definitely increased over the last 2 years. I'm not sure why that is, but a lot of people are looking to cruises, I think because they send a lot of mailings or emails and keep people notified.
Is it kind of the all-inclusive thing, too, on a lot of them, or
Correct.
that package? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, with the Cancun trips and all that, were there different packages for any type of family option, too, when you start looking at those charters and those directs?
Just the hotel that you select.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you want to find one that focuses on the activities that you think will be important for your kids.
Well, and just to get, the younger audience maybe familiar with the process too, and this is kind of a question I've never asked you, which is amazing to me, is how does it work? Whenever you're booking our trip or whenever we're working with you, what do we put into that package? Is it just flights? Is it just hotels and making sure we have the logistics? Is it experiences too? Is it all of those things?
It can be all of those things. A lot of our people book their excursions and things that they do in destination once they get there.
Okay.
There are some components that we recommend that they schedule ahead to be sure that they can get it, like swim with the dolphins.
Gotcha.
That all those spots could be filled up, and you don't want to miss that opportunity if that was important to you.
That's really cool. Well, and another thing that I think is incredible about, just your business is the fact that you always are involved in so many different parts of the community. You're always at the North Alton Godfrey Business Council meetings. And, take me through the importance of those meetings and just the council for you.
It's the importance of getting that, the business contacts, and those people are so loyal to each other's business. And I think that is a great aspect of that organization. That I know if I'm going to look for something, if I need to have my car repaired, I'm looking at someone in that business, Mm-hmm. So that's an important thing. And I appreciate the loyalty that they do, and they help and support us.
Absolutely. Do you got a moment to take a quick break with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to pay a bill. We'll come back. It's part one of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council segment. Part two comes your way next on a Tuesday morning.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show on a Tuesday. Back with JR, Travel Leaders. And, we were getting back into this, and a great point, because with the government shutdown, there are lines that, there are a lot of questions when it comes to, flying. And how long is it going to take? Am I even going to is my flight even going to happen? Did you get a lot of calls about that right now?
Yes. Yesterday morning was my biggest one. I had 5 before 9 o'clock with people concerned. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can't answer those questions. But I did do a little research yesterday, and St. Louis is one of the markets that's experiencing less effect. Maybe it's the cost of living compared to like New York, DC, California. Mm-hmm. Those employees would be in a little bit different financial situation. So definitely plan for delays, but as each day goes on, I'm thinking we could see more and more concern of who's going to show up to work that day, and is your flight really going to go, and how much extra time to allow for TSA. Personally, I'm flying out Sunday, and I plan to add another hour to get through TSA than what I would have originally.
Now, do you think that those delays still impact the smaller regional airports like in Mid-America too, for folks that are maybe flying domestically and going to Destin or you name it?
I would think not, but they don't staff as many people, so I would think it wouldn't affect them as greatly.
Okay. That's really interesting. And, I think it's really good to note these things, especially because it is a very fascinating time to be in your industry, especially with the current clients that you have that are getting ready to go on their trips, and with hurricanes. And it brings up a whole nother just palette of questions about the things that you've encountered as a travel agent. What are some of is it mostly natural disasters such as hurricanes that are, putting you on your toes, so to speak, or are there other instances where you have to kind of balance the itinerary? Is it normally natural disasters, or is TSA and, strikes, or are those things more common?
The natural disasters are going to be your biggest challenge, but there's always been something like where they were having strikes in Germany and strikes in Paris, and that affected a lot of whether they were doing that for a final destination or just a connection. So there's always so many challenges. This is why nobody wants to grow up and be a travel agent. It used to be a fun job.
I could see, yeah. Well, and you have a lot to manage, and what I think is interesting is you made a great call to get out of where you were, because it's a lot to manage that space and all the fun that comes with managing the building and the leaks and everything else that Rick and Mortar does. And I think in the next couple of days after all the transition gets over with at the Wedge, I think you're looking on the up and up, and it's going to be really good for everybody that's a part of Travel Leaders, your clients and yourself.
Yes, yeah. It's such a modern, comfortable location. They have everything available to me, and just the camaraderie of the other people that work there. So I think it'll be a good situation, and it's the best opportunity to still give that meeting one-on-one with our customers and to be available like we would hope to. Mm-hmm. So I hope it works out. I hope people give it a try and stay in touch. We've always had a very good, loyal customer base, and I hope they hang in there with us and continue.
I have no doubt they will. No doubt they will. And I got to ask you, because we are getting close, maybe it's too close, if we wanted to surprise our loved one with a vacation destination for Christmas morning, how far out do we need to start planning those? Is November 4th probably too soon? Or too far, or too close?
Too late? No, you can still do it, but just plan to reach in your pocketbook.
And what's that phone number to call you again, JR?
618-717-8085, and that's my direct number.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, as always.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. More of our daily show continues on this Tuesday morning right after this, in the 9 o'clock hour. And then in the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking with Gina Gamlin from EXO and more. You stay there, and I'll be here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.